Well, hello, welcome everybody to tonight's Season 2 opener here with the Formula 2 with Friday Night League FNL1 eSports. Sorry, we're a little bit late tonight. That was all on me, so thank you for the drivers that are going to hang around and wait, but we've got the racing just moments away. Don't go anywhere. We're only 2 minutes from the start of this thing, and it's looking like a pretty packed grid. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We've got 19 drivers. We're only missing one. Amazing. And it's here in Australia, Melbourne. And we are looking forward to this one. 16 turns tonight, 5.3 kilometers. And it's going to be an absolutely epic run as we do both the sprint and the regular racing. 50% race distance, and it's going to look absolutely mad. I'll be right back, and we'll have the start of this race. Apologies if you're on YouTube. The way they've done the new what do you call it? The new live stream. They've got like a whole new live stream set up, and it's broken all of my apps that work, especially the chat, so hopefully we can get back. Hopefully I can get some YouTube chat up and running. But I was a little bit late tonight, I wasn't able to test things the way I would have liked to have tested things. But we're not too far away now. Let's have a look at the circuit here in Australia. 16 turns, like I said. There's your 3 sectors all laid out. Plenty of straights. It's a street circuit, and there's 3 DRS zones for the drivers to use. And that is how things are looking. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for overtakes, especially down those 3 DRS zones. It should help assist in the overtaking. And we're actually waiting on one more driver. So I actually beat whoever that was. But sorry about the delayed start tonight, everybody. Not usual here, but I was at the airport just moments ago, so I've only just made it back. So there will be a formation lap, safety car and all that. 50% race distance tonight. And it should be quite a special event if we can get things working and rolling. But yeah, the annoying thing is the way YouTube's changed things is broken. How all the apps work and work with the chat, because we just had all that working, and that was really good. So I hope YouTube fix all that stuff fairly soon, because it was good to be able to chat to everyone between all the different platforms out there. Don't forget, we're on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Mixer every time. And it's so good to have everyone with us tonight. A bit of a late. We didn't really get to promote this one outside of those who are driving, but thanks again for showing up. And here we go. Here we are. This is Australia. My name's Josh Gain, commentating tonight for Demo and Garage as well. This is the FNL1 eSports Formula 2 Championship. One shot qualifying coming up right now. Major Dan, what is cracking? Zen just got home himself. Welcome, Zen. For some reason, the chat's broken, so I'm a bit annoyed. Oh, look at this. Look at this one. It is a wet race. This is going to be very interesting indeed. Let's have a look. We're just waiting for the drivers to pop in. They've got 16 turns to navigate here in the absolute saturated Melbourne circuit. Here we go. Things get started. Let's have a look who's on top at the moment. It's Gravestone 93. Little Black. Lots of things changing. And that's a little bit wide there for Schnell. He was doing really well up until that moment. Unfortunate for him. Out comes Lukey D. Gets the absolute back end of that sliding. And that is fantastic to watch Lukey just wrangle that car through the corners. And he's still maintaining third, fourth, fifth there at the moment. Oh, things have changed for Schnell. He's gone wide. And that's going to hurt him. And this is Major Dan. He's currently sitting 10th place as things sort of settle themselves down. But it's these wet conditions are going to absolutely terrorise the drivers if they've done any practice here or not going up through Wardy Chill. Things are starting to sort themselves out now as Sean is up there. Gravestone 93. Look how wet it is out there. Wrestling with the circuit. He's up on top of the leaderboards for now. Metaman is second. Chook. Oh, he's gone wide, understeered. And that's going to give some other drivers an opportunity. And Bush Chook takes the lead through there. That was nice and clean from Chook. This is where the drivers are going to have full confidence. The lake to the right-hand side. Absolutely can't floor it through there. And they're testing the limits right now. Riding the curves. Careful not to spin the car through there. Chook's done a wonderful job of maintaining control. And Gravestone, doesn't look like these guys are split by much at all. I don't know if Sean's going to be able to catch up. He's in third right now. Wardy Chill, who did well in the F1. And Swat is here too in fifth place. We've lost Kiwi, BP and Epic. They're not qualifying because they're Formula 1 drivers, so they've got the task. Big task at hand tonight. They've got to work it all the way back from the back of the grid. Gravestone gets a back end out. He might lose third. Watch the Wardy Chill in that. Bush Chook, though, I think will take the lead. He does. And Gravestone, I think, just managed. He's pipped second from Sean right at the death. Little Black was DQ'd from all that, but really, really tense racing here in the rain.
I told you. Someone's watching the stream.
Somebody is watching the stream. Here we go. Chook takes it. 153.313.
I think it's fifth. Left.
Let's get back into the racing.
Fuck me, what carnage.
Oh shit.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was grouse.
Yeah, it was horrible.
That was good for me. Bush Chook.
Hello, Turk. Welcome to the stream.
Bush?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, just
What's the time in the way?
Zen and Turk having a good old chat.
Well, it's not F1, so... It was F1 then, yeah, so... We'll just stay here.
Yeah, I can't hear you guys when I turn up my game volume, so it's great.
James has got someone talking. Ozzy, you there?
I've got Hawks with commentary. Are you there, Hawks?
I'll go back.
Well, Hawks, I think I've got Hawks with commentary tonight beside me. A late bloomer.
Hello.
Hello, Hawksy.
How are we?
Good. Are you watching this? You spectating as well, man?
I am.
Cool. Well, welcome along.
Thank you. Thanks
Live. That's your first, time in the com box, isn't it?
I believe it would. Yeah, I think so. I don't think I've been up here before, apart from just the interviews that we do.
Good. It's good to have you along, man.
Thanks, buddy. Something different. I'll do my best.
You will. It looked a bit wet out there for them drivers.
Yeah.
That's got to be a tough one to figure out the braking zones and all that.
Yeah, I don't think many of them would have practiced in the wet, and I think they're all a bit caught out by that. So definitely, I think it mixed up the grid a bit more probably. But from what I'm hearing, it's a dry race, so going to be, yeah. Hopefully they'll get away quite clean. Should be a good fun race, full grid too almost.
They will. Welcome, Kill Your TV from Twitch. Good to have you along. French. I don't speak much French, but motorsports is the language of the world, I'd say. And even if you can't understand the commentary, I think you can understand. You can sort of grasp from their voice the excitement on track, even if you're not watching it. Formation lap underway, and it's going to be Chook taking them out. 17 laps here for the first race. Formula 2 cars, how do they differ from the Formula 1 Hawks?
Well, yeah, I was in obviously the F2s last season. They're quite different in the lowering gears, I find. They go a bit slower and they take longer to brake, so you need definitely to brake a bit sooner than what you probably would in the F1 car, and obviously they take a bit to get up to speed, but I mean they're still quick in their own right, but a very loose tail end on those cars. They're a handful to drive. Definitely a good test for newcomers and the F1 veterans alike.
Yes, indeed. And we've got the F1 guys. They didn't qualify, so they've got a hard task now to make it up from the back of the grid. Now, you're the man who does that a lot. What would your advice be?
Be patient and take your time. Last thing you want to do back there is lose a wing or something like that. I mean, obviously, my last race in Abu Dhabi, that's what happened. I got a bit caught up in a bit of a turn one incident ahead of me. So let's change my strategy than what I intended. So, I mean, I still pulled back to second, so I was happy with that, but definitely had to work for it. So just keep it clean. You've got 17 laps, so even if you start at the back and you're quick enough to take a car a lap, you'll still be at the front there at the end when it matters. So, yeah, just keep it clean and get through the field if you can. There's obviously people like BP and Kiwi, there'll be two to try and get through in Epic as well. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, be interesting. Let's look at the tyre strat as well. It looks 50-50 throughout the field, so it's going to be very interesting on that as well. So, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah, well, I wonder how things are going to change with going back to the dry now. And got some good news. All the chat's working again, so it's caught back up. So
That's great.
at least now we can all talk to each other. Doesn't matter where you are. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or Mixer. But we're about to get things started. Let's have a look at the tyres. So we've got Super Softs for Gravestone. And Bush Chooks on the medium. Here we go. Waiting for the lights to go out here at Melbourne. And it's going to be a massive run up to the first turn. Thank you, Chris Raymond Brown, liking the stream. You've done it just in time. There was one of the cars down the midfield. There's a bit of carnage, actually. I don't know if Little Black was involved. Someone didn't get away very well, but the cars are all split 4 wide into the first turn. Chaos here in Australia for the first round of Season 2.
Ooh.
Somebody's out already, I think.
No, Lucky D.
A little bit hectic. We got Rombo with Metaman. He's going to try chuck the one up inside. He's pushed Little Blacko out wide, but they're going to be trying to share the same space. Blacko gets out of the way. Yellow flag. Oh, I just saw someone go around then. Who was that? There's a car. Oh, we've got Denos involved. I think Metaman's involved. We've got Breeding involved. That was a little bit chaotic there. Unfortunately, I've deleted the replay function for tonight, so sorry, I can't go back and have a look at that, but that wasn't good. So Lukey D, Breeding, so both those two, Metaman as well involved, and Denos has lost a front wing. What about Warrior Wasp? Yeah, Wasp was involved too, look at that. But anyway, let's get you back to the front. Chook leading the field, and he's going to do it in style. He needs to keep the lead over Gravestone and Wardy. I don't know, did you manage to see what happened in there, Hawksy?
Oh, I've been trying to flick through. A lot's happened in that first. That very entertaining. I saw Lukey. He went wide on the first one. I was watching him. He had a bit of an incident. But yeah, that big carnage that you were talking about with 4 or 5 cars, I missed that. I was just watching the other guys, seeing how they were progressing, the F1 guys through the field. But Seems to settle down for a minute now at the end of the first lap.
It does. Let's have a look. Gravestone, I think, is having a crack at Chook. We're on board with him up to the first turn. Chook, I think, is just enough ahead before we hit the braking zone, the apex of the first turn. And I think that's going to be a nice little battle. But yeah, I missed the situation happen there as well. There was so much happening. And unfortunately, the replay feature I usually have where we can sort of get a second look, it's gone. So I'll make sure that's back for the race round 2. But tonight, we're just waiting to see who can clamber their way back up. Deno's in the pits. There it is. New front wing for him, and he's got a lot of work ahead of him. And it looks like Breeding's going to continue on with the damage and just deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to work out who was pitting there for a new front wing. Yeah, I think there's about 4 or 5 guys out there still limping around with damage to that wing, so it should be interesting to see if they need to pit over the next couple of laps.
Definitely will be. Let's have a look at the changes that have happened since then. So BP's up 9 spots, unsurprisingly. He's top of the Formula 1 at the moment. I think, is he ahead of you now in the F1 Championship from memory?
Sorry, what was that?
In the F1 ladders, is BP still ahead of you on the tables?
No, he's still behind me on the championship table, but he's definitely closing the gap in the last few races, so I've got to try and put a stop to that.
Oh no, that was Little Blacko, I think, or Carmichael rather, he'd gone wide, and he almost had a bit of contact with Blacko and Epic as they were coming around the corner unsighted. That was just that was a huge... Oh no, there's someone else gone off. I think it's Epic.
Oh, yeah.
Big chaos. We just saw him go sliding across into the grass, and Epic has recovered. I think the game's reset him, so he didn't lose too much time there. But yeah, that huge moment for him. I think he probably got the back wheels spinning, and that's not what he wants to see.
I think he got tagged, from what I'm hearing from the team radios. I think he got tagged by someone. I'm not too sure who it was, but he might have just got a little nick and just put him up around there a little bit. Well,
that's all it took. It was the little nick. And Epic now trying to fight his way back. This little scrap for 9th place. Aussie Phantom leads the trio, or the quadruple of them, but he's got a little bit of a lead in 9th.
Oh, Swatter's around. Oh, these guys are coming up to the corner now.
Oh, this could be bad. Swatter, make sure you've got room. Look at that. That's a dangerous place.
He lit the rears up on the way out that corner, I think.
Here goes Metaman. And Metaman sees the slower car, and he's going to avoid it. But yes, Swatter's out of that little duel. Back to the battle now for 9th, as Kiwi is on the back end of Major Dan. It's now the battle for 8th because they've moved up one more spot. This is a great tussle happening. We're only on lap 3, and anything could happen at this point. I think Epic's cut the corner. Oh, he's lost some wings there. Kiwi, he tagged the back end of Major Dan, and he's caused himself a bit of heartache. Into the corner, great little overtake up the inside. He's pushed out Major Dan, and Epic has slotted in, and he snuck through another overtake. Well, that was all happening, and that was all instigated from Kiwi, chucking one up the inside, and looks like Epic's ready to make a move here. Little Black does the fastest lap of the race. Look how close Epic is now. DRS is going to help him immensely down the straight, side on. He's got the better tyres into the braking zone for the first turn, and that's an easy move done, or isn't it? Kiwi out onto the grass, and he's kept control once again. Fantastic close wheel-to-wheel racing. And back up.
Here comes Dan.
We've got Carmichael and Phantom. I think Aussie Phantom, he ran a little bit. Oh, Phantom. Oh, he just avoided contact with the barriers there. Things are getting a little bit elbow in. Big contact.
Oh.
Was that Kiwi? Oh, Kiwi, and I think Major Dan's readdressed the situation. But yeah, Kiwi getting almost sandwiched inside the inside barrier, and he somehow recovered from it. And Major Dan has said, sorry, Phantom's around. Oh, dear, oh dear. First race for the Formula 2 tonight for some of these guys, and it's a chaotic one.
There's a lot of injured cars out there at the minute.
Oh, there are indeed. I don't know how much practice they got because it was a bit of a short turnaround from Season 1 to Season 2. And yeah, I think that might be playing a role in the action we're seeing tonight, but it's good to watch. It's absolutely fantastic to watch. BP's up into the podium spot already.
Yeah, he's already gained 11. I'm just looking at positions gained. He's gained 11, and Little Black's gained 13, but he's under pressure, I think, from Wardy. Or was that Gravestone? That's Gravestone. Oh, no, he's just big. He's pushed himself up to second.
Yeah, he just got the move done.
Oh, it's getting close at the front for second. They're side by side.
Oh, Turk movement. You won't see the messages because they're probably coming from either... because you're on Twitch. Oh, sorry, you're on YouTube, so they might be coming from Twitch or Facebook or Mixer. So that's why we have the chat on screen. So it doesn't matter where you're watching from, you can still talk to each other. So keep an eye on the chat on screen and you'll be able to see all 4 platforms talking to each other at once. There's another way to do it where I can restream the messages into each other's chat, but that costs a little bit extra money at the moment. This is the fix we've got. But back to the racing with Wardy Chill up behind Gravestone 93, who was giving BP a run for his money for the first 4 or 5 laps. But it looks like Wardy Chill is ready to pounce because he's right up in the back end of that Gravestone car. And here we go. DRS activated, inside line. It's going to be an easy one for Wardy. Clean as you want, clean as a whistle. And Gravestone getting a little bit itchy there, getting the car sideways. And now Little Black is there to maybe make a move. A little bit of a touch there. Gravestone up the back of Wardy. Wardy doesn't seem too fussed by it. And they'll come back around to start lap 6 now. There's going to be some DRS action here. And Turk's loving the amount of contact. Breedin's getting lapped here. Ooh, Breedin on the apex. There's not much he could do to avoid something there. I think Little Black's got some connection issues there because there's a bit of lag, so that's why you're seeing him jump around every now and then. That's going to be hard for the drivers to navigate around. Little Black runs it wide, and Epic, he's a little ways off. Thank you, Haley Jones. Good to have you. Oh, look at that. Little Black around the outside of Gravestone. Side on these two. Wheel to wheel. But it's Little Black, I think, who's going to come ahead of it. Good little move from Little Black. So much to watch tonight.
There is.
And then how do you fancy BP's chances of winning this one?
Oh, I feel like he's done the hard yards there. Like I said, about keeping clean, getting through the field. Bit of carnage to be expected. And he's sort of avoided it all, and now he's up to second with 11 laps to chase down Bush. It's going to be an interesting fight, I reckon. It's going to be a good test for Bush. He has impressed early on in the F1. He's been at the top regularly as well, Bush, so it's going to be a good little fight, I think. They're going to let it go easy. Their fastest laps are pretty similar too, so it'll be interesting to see how it pans out.
Yes, it will be. We were just watching Schnell, and Little Black came out absolutely nowhere. And just around the outside of now the 5th place Schnell. So Schnell on the back foot. And it looks like Little Black, he is hungry for a podium. Oh, they're going into the pits though. Well, they've got to change tyres, remember. They've got a mandatory pit stop.
Yep, and they're all on the soft, so 4th, 5th and 6th pitting are all on the soft tyres. It'll be interesting to see if anyone can jump in one ear in the pits.
In goes Little Black there. Lukey D's out, so I think Lukey's had an accident. He's got a DNF against his name now.
Oh, he's lost it somewhere. He's missing a tyre from what I'm seeing, but then Lukey's lost it on the far left and right.
Yeah, there he is on the left-hand side. That's where Lukey D's lost it. And Metaman goes past him and takes 14th. So, yeah, that is where Lukey D ended up. But, yeah, I don't know how that's going to play out, how that's going to change things in the order. Epic's getting a new front wing there. And some tyres as well. And he's on to the mediums now to end this stint. Kiwi goes past him. And Carmichael there, he's back 6/10 from Schnell. So Schnell is on the back foot. I don't know if his tyres are starting to... Well, Schnell's on some new mediums. So he needs to get these up to temp. Oh, Carmichael there. Back end out. He's done a great job of correcting that one. That could have been curtains for him.
That would have definitely interested. Apparently, from hearing, there could be possibility of rain in 10 minutes. I don't know if it might affect the end of this race, but it could definitely spice it up towards the end. races from what I'm hearing around the track via rumours.
Well, it could mean race 2, which is on immediately after this. Could be a wet race.
We've got to change at the front. Bush, I think, spun it on one of the corners. And now BP's got the lead.
Oh, so Bushchuk is now 4.5 seconds behind the man, BP, who's unsurprisingly, from the very back end of the grid, is now leading this one. And remember, we've got reverse grid for race 2, so he will start 8th place if he finishes in first from here on in, as we've just about to hit the halfway mark in this one. But the front 3 look like they're getting settled into their rhythm now, as the rest of the field is sort of finding theirs after a few of the first few stints have happened. You can see there's a bit of gap between a lot of the drivers now. Lots of pit stops, lots of front wings.
Won't catch BP.
Here we go. We got a little duel now between Kiwi and Carmichael. Again, the fight for 9th is on. Carmichael doesn't get that one well. He runs it wide onto the curbing. He's lucky not to lose the grip with that one on the grass there, and Kiwi says, see you later. I'll take that position and the points that come with it. So if Kiwi can get up to Schnell, who is 6 seconds ahead, Kiwi could be looking at a reverse grid pole for race 2. Now we've got Mederman and Banana Hammock. They're not separated by much at all. Now we've seen lots of Banana Hammock, and we've seen Mederman in their Formula 1.
Oh, fuck.
Well, Wasp is out. Don't know what happened to Wasp, but Wasp is now out of the first race. He's going to have to fight it back now in the second. So he'll start 18th for race 2. Mederman's trying to find a gap to move it up. He didn't quite find it in time. And it was all but gone by the time Hammock hit the apex then. Well, there's a yellow coming up for Mederman. That must be Wasp on the outside. So, yeah, that's an easy place to get your car up on the inside of there coming through that fast section. Oh, Mederman's gone for it. He's chucked it, and he's going to run Hammock wide. They had a little bit of contact. And Mederman is just going to race off into the distance now. I wonder if the stewards will take a look at that one. Mederman, no. Couldn't get the car turned in time and understeered. These cars are notorious for understeering, am I right, Hawks? I think we've lost Hawks.
So,
Oh, look at these two fighting it tooth and nail. Oh, Mederman, around he goes. He hasn't lost a wheel, but he's got a lot of side wings missing. And Mederman, all that hard work just gone down the drain in a matter of seconds. He was fighting a little bit too hard with Banana, and it didn't work out for him. And look at him, he's going to be tiptoeing around the track now. He's got almost the 5 kilometres of the circuit to navigate before he gets back to the pit lane. He could find himself even further down the grid order by the time he gets there. He's still with us, Hawks.
well,
I can only just hear you, Hawks.
sorry, buddy. I'm trying to see how to fix this.
Oh, you're right, man. Well, epic. Look at this. Chasing down Banana. And Banana's, he's had a bit to fight for tonight. And he's not going to let that position go easily. He's going to want to hold onto it tight. But Epic's got the DRS on him. And welcome along Bethany, or Parrot.
Nice for you, Becky.
She just sent us 5,000 worth of cocoa on Mixer. I have no idea what that gives us on Mixer, but thank you very much, Parrot. It's good to have you along for the race. But yeah, epic game. Circumnavigated Banana Hammock. And Banana Hammock on the back foot instantly. His tyres aren't as old, but it looks like Banana's managed to make better use of them and get them up to temp quicker. As we go forward, we want to have a look at Little Black, because there's a little close battle forming here. Major Dan is in 5th place. And look at this. They're going to be side on as they go past Albert Lake. They're going to try figure it out. Who takes what part of the road? Into the left-hander. And then back across to the right. Oh, somehow Little Black's just squeezed it in. Good little move. There was not much Major Dan could do about that. I think he missed his turning point in. And Little Black was all over it.
Yeah, that was a nice move by Little Black. Very nicely done. Already gained half a second on Dan as well. He's on a mission.
Yeah, Little Black is looking quick now. He's we're closing in the closing stages of this one, and PP's managed to get it already an 8-second lead before the end of this one. It's going to probably grow by miles and miles.
Be interesting to see where he fits back in. I mean, the top 4 haven't stopped on I was Major Dan, but yeah, I think that top 4, they've got a good gap there to Little Black, so I don't think Little Black will be troubling those guys too much for a podium.
No, probably not. But yeah, you're right. We've got 10 laps on BP's tyres. Same with Chook, Wardy and Swatter. Major Dan's also got 10 laps on, so Major Dan will fall through the order when he comes into pits. Unless he's going on the end because he had maybe a wing early on. It's so hard to keep an eye on who's done what already. Let's have a look at the stops. So no, Major Dan is yet to stop. So Meadow and Denners have done 2 already.
Yeah, I think that contact from Meadow just before that definitely sort of made him sort of force his hand. I don't know what happened to Daniels. He was caught up in the first lap incident, but
it was a bit of chaos at the start. But yeah, Major Dan now trying to keep off Gravestone 93. He's actually built the gap by about a second through that corner. And this is the corner where we've seen 2 drivers already tonight.
Yeah, if I
lose
see
out.
these front guys, I was going to say if I was Dan, I'd actually probably pit and try and put the softs on because he's only got 5 laps to go, and if I remember, that's roughly how long they got in the initial stint. So try and pit and try and get some positions back.
Yeah, let's have a look what Major Dan is going to do. He's coming around the last and final corner now, and he's going to skip the pit lane entry and go for another lap. So he's quickly running out of time. Wardy coming out of the pits here. He's on the super soft tyre to run to the end. So that might have been a good move from Wardy.
Yeah, I think he had some penalties too because he was quite up in the leaderboard. Maybe these guys will get caught up in some of these other cars maybe towards the end because he was in 3rd, was he? Or was he 4th?
Well, Wardy was definitely 3rd or 4th.
So I wonder if he was serving penalties.
Well, he seemed to be stationary for some time, so we're going to have to wait and see. He's got Schnell on his peripheries now. And Kiwi's, I think Kiwi's going to have to come in and get those super softs changed. I don't know if they're going to last much longer. He's done 7 laps on them already. So go on board with Schnell. Let's have a look at the lap. There's no room to make mistakes, and if you touch that outside grass, it's so easy to send the car spinning and flying, and that's a very difficult corner to get right if you don't get your turn in. And then you up through the gears, Albert Park on your right hand, or Albert Lake, or rather on your right hand side. Chuck it into the left, and then you got another right, and you're sort of out of position, so you got to open up the corner the best you can. And Schnell's run wide. They're using all the curb on the exit. And find your braking zone here. Careful not to understeer. There is a gravel trap that will pick you up if you get it all wrong. And he's understeered through there. Another gravel trap to collect the drivers. And into the second to last corner. What's cracking, Dion? Thank you for liking the stream. And into the final 16th corner and across the timing line. And there she is. Schnell got things all hooked up now as we're on lap 13. Now Little Black and Bushchook. Oh, Little Black's got the ghosting happening, so he made that one look a bit easy, just running straight through him. And I think, yeah, Major Dan's into the pits this one, so is Kiwi. So super soft tyres for those 2 to the end. And Wardy Chill is now giving Gravestone a run. So it's medium versus super soft here. Let's see who can hold who up. And Gravestone has got a big task ahead of him now. because those super soft tyres, they're going to be a lot quicker than the times Gravestone's going to be able to put down. It makes such a difference, the compounds. Do you notice, from memory, do you notice the grip difference a lot between the super soft and the medium and the F2s? I've lost my commentator again. Anyway, Wardy Chill up the inside. Great little move. And Gravestone, once again, the back end out, drifting through the corners, putting on a show. And
yeah, I've been in the mid.
Hawks is commentating because Hawks is commentating. Why are you commentating, Hawks? And not racing?
Being like a reserve driver and leading and stuff like that, but yeah, I'm more.
Well, I can hear you every now and then, Hawks. I think you're having issues with your microphone. But let's have a look with Sean. So Sean is now, was he within the DRS zone at the activation? Have a look. I think he was. So he's outside a second now, 1.6 the difference. And you can see Epic got an just blast off through the last corner. Oh, and that's one of the back end. I think that might be Aussie Phantom, who was coming out of the pits then. He's getting blue flags. Definitely is a back marker. So go through, Sean's in 10th place. This is Kiwi. Banana Hammock in 12th. And it's Major Dan. These two are going to have a run to the end now. Major Dan and Banana Hammock. Banana's been a victim of a few punts here and there, but he's survived to the end of the race, it looks like. Let's see if he's got any secret weapons in the back pocket. Kiwi's also giving Sean a run. Oh, he's just pulled the car up and Sean almost got a little bump from behind, but Kiwi managed to stomp the brake pedal hard enough and he got the thing pulled up, and it is now side by side, and great little move from Kiwi. Can't take that away from him at all. Major Dan's fallen off the back of Banana there. Carmichael's been into a situation. Epic's got around him. Overtake galore here today in the first race. And we've got the sprint race coming up just after this. So stick around. There's more Formula 2 action not far away. And what a great start to the Season 2 we've had tonight. Almost full grid as well with 19 drivers. Got to be happy with that.
It's a great turnout tonight. It's good to see a lot of new faces too, so welcome everyone that's new to the league.
It is. Yeah, we didn't get to hear your reply before, Hawksy. Why are you commentating and not racing? Haley Jones wants to know.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Just the guys that's obviously, you know, we the F2s is like a feeder series to the F1, so I had a good run of them last year. These cars were sort of actually doing my head in for driving, so compared to the F1s as well. I mean, they're fun to drive, but at the same time, can just be equally frustrating. So, you know, let's take a step back, and also I need to focus on my F1 championship. We're obviously fighting with BP there, so just trying to focus on that as well, really. Respect to him.
Fair enough, that's a good answer. Now, we've just watched Sean take to the grass a little bit, and Banana has taken advantage of and exploited the weakness. And again, he's almost tried to push him out. Oh, he's just avoided contact on the barrier again. Banana avoiding another incident tonight. And it looks like this race for 11th is going to go down to the wire now, as all three of the drivers are looking feisty. There's super soft tyres up against the mediums, and I think Major Dan might have the edge. And when he does. Hemmick couldn't. There was no competition there for Dan then. Those tyres are just so superior in pace and grip.
Yeah, they're so fresh too. 5 laps fresh tyres on the softer compound.
So fresh hits of 2019. Major Dan. Now let's see, who had DRS? I think, yeah, Hemmick got it. But Major Dan, again, great exit speed. And I don't think he's going to be able to pull back in that deficit with DRS here. He isn't. So Banana Hammock, I think the 11th place finish is loosely falling further away from him, further out of reach.
I'll tell you what, could be a good fight on the last couple laps is actually Kiwi catching Epic as well for that final qualifying spot, that pole position.
It is. So we got reverse grid for race 2 coming up, the sprint race. No pit stops in the sprint race. And whoever finishes 8th in this one will get pole position for race 2. And that is going to come down right to the wire. We've got Schnell and Fly Swatter side by side, and it's Swatter who takes the position away from him. Fantastic overtake, but it looks like it's going to be BP who's going to win this one. And what a win it's been. 12 seconds ahead of this man, Bushchook, and Little Black is going to try and fight for second here, but I don't think there's going to be enough laps left, or enough corners left rather, for for Little Black to find a position to make the overtake. Here we go, Little Black. Oh, he's going to send it. Oh, the lag. The lag is kicking in for Little. Hopefully, there's no last-minute incident. That must be hard to drive.
Oh, Kiwi! Oh no! Just watching the last place for pole position. Kiwi's just spun on turn 1 on the last lap on Epic.
Oh, so Kiwi's out of it. Epic will easily take that 8th spot, I think, without mistake. And here we go. It is BP. This is all his. Oh, Little Black and Bushchook. Little Black had him momentarily. Oh, Little Black thought he was about to go spearing into the wall. But there it is. It's BP takes the checkered flag and he wins race 1 of season 2. And it's Bushchook just ahead of Little Black here. And he can be very happy with the fight he put up today. Little Black will take 3rd. And it looks like Wardy Chill's going to come through and take 4th. He'll start 4th in race 2. Gravestone is slowly coming around turn 15, turn 16. 5th for him. Swatter in 6th place. So that's 3rd on the grid for him in race 2. Schnell will get 2nd. And it will be Epic Game every day who will get reverse grid pole. But I think there's been a change of positions further down as Carmichael has got the move on Major Dan, and that's 10th place for Carmichael. He waited all the way to lap 17 to get that one done, but there is no time left for Dan to readdress the situation, and it will be Carmichael just ahead of Major Dan, and they'll be taking the checkered flag. It's Banana Hammock just in behind them in 12th place, and both Metaman, Phantom, Sean, Denoz and Breeden about to take the checkered, and we lost Wario Wasp and Lukey D. What a tussle that first race was. I think that's going to set things up for race 2, don't you think, Hawksy? You're never there, Hawks, when I want to talk to you. You're terrible.
Record the incident however you may possible and send it to me on Discord or Messenger if you know my profile.
And I will.
I'll be sending it off to other parties if I cannot come up with a decision.
Well, here's the podium. So there looks like there's going to be some...
But yeah, if you got anything you want looked at, yeah, just make sure you save the gameplay and save your highlights footage too.
It looks like there's going to be...
That is all. Get ready for the sprint race.
Steward inquiries into this one. That's BP talking.
Yep, they're going to be busy over the weekend.
Oh yeah. There's the race 1 finish positions. Best lap was BP, 135.8.
Right. Yeah, that start was actually fast.
It was good to see as well.
I was lucky to survive the first race.
My car jumped into second gear off the line and I went fucking nowhere.
Yeah, then I got tagged and nearly spun it in front of the field.
Front of the grid, so it's good to see. Good to see.
Definitely.
And good job, Gravy, on your first race. You're holding your own for a little bit.
Yeah, thank you.
Just listening to the drivers here for a second.
My tyres started to go away from me and I'm just not used to
Yeah, the super softs, they will do that.
talk of compounds.
Enjoy the sprint. It's a bit...
Yeah, so talk of compounds going on there. But yeah, like you said, Hawksy, nice to see some new drivers getting in there and amongst it all. And we are about to see the sprint. It looks a bit overcast. It should be about 12 or 13 laps, I'd say, for this one.
Yeah, should be a nice little sprint race to finish off tonight.
It will be, and thanks to everyone that has come along tonight and joined us. Thanks to FNL1 eSports for putting on the event. But you are watching it here on Demo 1. My name's Josh Gay, and if you haven't been here before, you can watch us live on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Mixer. If you haven't already, give us a subscribe, like, and turn those notifications on. If you're on Facebook, you can send the code !notify, and you'll get notified every time we have a race. Don't forget Instagram and Twitter. If you're into those things, we've got that as well. Anyway, formation lap, here we go. It's looking nice and sunny for this sprint, and it's Epic who got reverse grid pole. I wonder if he's going to be able to hold it, because BP's not too far back in 8th, because he got all the way from the back end up to the front. But there's less laps to do it this time.
Yeah, going to be just as quick, I reckon, to try and get it, even though he's further up the grid. But this time, you're not chasing just through the field. You've got the fastest 7 guys as well in front of you, so they're not going to let BP come sailing through, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, Epic Game looks like he wants to get this one started. He's just flying through the formation lap.
He's out here, isn't he?
He's keen to get this one started. So, interestingly, Major Dan has picked the super soft tyre.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's a bold strategy, I'm not going to lie. Definitely feel like 12 laps in that tyre, you'd be hoping, I think, on that one. I think he's going to have to stop some point in the race, but it could work out well for him.
Who knows? Everyone else is on the medium. Major Dan's trying something completely different. And why not? Why not?
Yeah. Why not? You're 30th on the grid. You got to give it a crack. I mean, if the carnage happens again like last race, you could be sitting pretty... Oh, someone's on the formation. What means that?
Oh, it's lucky they...
Gravestone. He's just lost it on the formation lap. He's recovered. He's done well.
There he is. Down the back and forth. Luckily, he's not going to take any damage from that.
No.
He's not, but he's done the Grosjean today.
Yeah. And I'm sure Lukey and Rory will be eager to make up for their mistakes in the first race.
Indeed. Let's see if it's as chaotic as the first. There was a lot going on, and if you missed the first race, make sure at the end of this you go back and have a look. There was so much action happening, but here we are, they're all lining up. And my name is Josh, I'm here with Hawks tonight. In the commentary box, this is the sprint race, 12 laps around Australia, the Melbourne Grand Prix circuit here at Albert Park, and it's time for the racing. Once all the 5 lights go out, there's 5 red. Long hold, and we're off and racing here in Australia, and it looks like a decent start this time from everybody involved. And Epic gets off the line, and Schnell is going to try and beat him up into the first turn. He's done that up the inside. Epic's going to have to go around the outside of him, and it's not going to work. BP's already up to 4th place. He's done 4 positions off the start. Fantastic one from BP. Gravestone's already down into 7th place. I don't think we've lost anyone, but Bushchook's moving down. Bit of contact there between Carmichael and Little Black, and we've lost Banana Hammock. I think it was Banana Hammock. There was definitely someone out wide. Oh, Little Black. Great control as we jumped on board. Lots of overcorrecting going on then. He was riding the curves, and it upset the balance of that car significantly. He's done a great job to hold it. But what a start we've had here already. BP's already up to 2nd. You can't deny that man is fast as... Oh. Phantom. Phantom is way out into the gravel. He's falling down the order, and he's going to have to let the field of cars go by. That's such a shame for Phantom. And we've lost Lukey D.
Oh, Lukey. Yeah, I was just on board with him just then. He's obviously got caught up in some first lap incident again, and yeah, I don't know what happened there, but he was limping around with no wing, so I think that was his race done.
Well, Epic Game, he's got something to prove here. He's going to... BP out wide, then into the gravel. That's a very rare mistake from BP. He must be pushing hard at the moment. He wants to get the lead on Epic and possibly grow the gap. Give him space to make another error like that. Epic's trying to break the slipstream toe. There's no DRS activated just yet. But Epic in the Prima car. He's just ahead by 1/10. There's not much in it. As Major Dan is moving forward. He's got around Breedin.
He's I'd have to say that was looks like Dan was at fault on that one.
What did you see? There's a bit of action down the back. We've watched Carmichael get punted out wide as Kiwi and Denos came through almost side by side of each other into turn 1. And it was Kiwi who got away with all that. Denos in the middle of it all.
A bit of carnage there, lap 2.
Yeah, the drivers at the moment are all trying to find their rhythm once again. Medium tyres to start things off with, and they'll run all these to the end. Major Dan who went for the super soft. I don't think it's going to work for him. He's all the way down to 18th.
Yeah, he's missing some wing too. I'd suggest he needs to probably come in a bit as soon as he can and get the mediums on.
Now we've got a duel between Denos and Carmichael. This is the battle for 9th. Carmichael's backed out of that one. Smart move. I don't think it was going to fit up the inside of Denos there.
BP and Epic. They rang round. BP's round. No, he's out. No. He rejoined sideways on the racing line and just got his front wheel cleaned up. No. He just lost Snell as well.
It's caused a huge moment coming through. They're avoiding cars everywhere. How is there not a safety car, Codemasters? They're on the track. They're covering the track. Sector 3, a yellow flag. Swatter finds a stranded BP. And there is Schnell. Huge moment. We just caught the back end of that one. But that's the end of BP and Schnell's race. And Chook, he's taken the lead from Epic after all that.
He's been the quietest assassin. He followed BP through the field there in 3rd place. He done well with BP in the first lap, and he's just sat there, and now he's got his reward.
He's done it. He's stayed out of trouble, and it's worked. It's worked very well for Bush Chook. He's looking quick here, and Little Black is also there. So we've got the top 3 right now, all within striking distance. Epic. He almost got the car turned around. He rode the curb a little too much, and there goes Little Black. And he says, thank you very much. That mistake, I will take it. And Little Black right now, clanging wheels with Chook into the left-hander they go. Round he goes. There's been another car in an accident. Little Black. This could be, that was scary. We've lost Banana Hammock. I'm a little bit worried about what's going to happen with Little Black here. He got through. I don't know where Banana went off. We've had Wardy is taking a bit of a detour across the grass. I don't know if he was involved in that Banana situation. Let's have a look. I don't know what happened then. There was so much happening. We've lost Banana, Schnell, BP, and Lukey as well. I'm just going to wait to see Denos. See if Denos can't see what's happened. Banana was lost it here somewhere. Look for a stranded car. Can't see anything.
Little Black's in the pit. I think he's got a bit of damage there. Yeah, he's got no front wing. He's at the pit for a new wing there. So is Wardy. He's coming in the pits as well.
Well, the leader is Bush Chook, and those two have stayed out of trouble, and they're looking the most likely to get either first or second here. It's a question of who will take it, though, as they now spearhead a 3-second gap over Gravestone. That's going to be a difficult one for Gravestone to pull in unless these two force themselves into an early mistake and we get more action like we've seen earlier on. But I do want to know I think Aussie's asking on FNL1 eSports, how do we not get a safety car for that? I don't know. that was pure safety car moment then. Cars blocking the circuit. Safety car is turned on, by the way, but it just never seems to happen. Now, Epic, he's lined up a move. They're turning in. Do they touch wheels? They do. They clang. Oh, somehow Bush Chook, it was like it was unaffected by that. There was like a shield up over Chook's car then, and Epic took all the brunt. And Chook now back ahead, starting lap 5. Great little scrap, though, between the front two. And they've got all of it to prove. And there you can see Gravestone coming around turn 16. Chook breaking the slipstream. He's also defending the corner. Chook's going to make it go around the outside. Does he pull it up? Fantastic from Epic. Great little move.
Oh, and Epic's got the DRS too.
He does. That was a smart move from Epic there. He wasn't able to pull much gap on Chook, though. So Chook must have had a really spectacular exit for him to stay level with the way he did with Epic then. But I think Epic now is going to turn it up to 10. And he's going to make Bush Chook work very hard for that second position.
Yep, he's going to have to earn it. Oh, and he got a penalty too, then Bush Chook. That's not going to help his cause.
Kiwi, though, is in 4th place, and he's eyeing off 3rd, which is occupied by Gravestone at the moment. And it's not going to be long, I don't think, before Kiwi has a little bit of a go at that position. Now we've got Carmichael just ahead of Breeden, and Sean, I think, is within striking distance for Carmichael as well. You see the distances there not too great.
Yeah, I've just been watching these 3 guys. I was just about to say these guys are definitely closing in as well. Breeden and Sean, 2 of the biggest movers so far on 9 positions gained. So, 2 of the top guys have incidences. These guys are capitalising and making the most of it in the points quite comfortably at the minute.
Yeah, Breeden's up 9, and Chook's up 5, so is Kiwi up 7, so good stuff from there. Gravestone, he's down into 4th now, so Kiwi did make the move. And Gravestone, once again, he just struggles with traction in the corners there. I don't know if he's being a little bit too hard on the gas pedal, because he likes to get that rear end sliding. Now Sean and Carmichael into detection. Or Carmichael, he didn't get it. Breeden won't get anything either.
Bush is still hanging around with Epic here. He hasn't quite pulled the gap that he initially looked like he was going to gain on Bush. I think Bush has settled back down, and he's going to slowly maybe reel him in a bit. It's going to be an interesting little fight, I think.
It should be. It should be a good little clash towards the end. Let's have a look at Gravestone. He's 1.2 off the back end of Kiwi, who was stolen 3rd from him. And he'll be kicking himself for letting that happen so easily. As we fly overhead with Kiwi. Great little overhead shot here as we follow him around the lake. And up to the right-hand side. There you can see his closest competitor is Gravestone. But it is the story between Chook and Epic Game. Who finishes where at the end of the 12 laps? We've hit halfway mark right now. And it is anyone's game for 1st and 2nd. I think Chook's just going to get into a rhythm here and see if he can't analyse Epic's lap and maybe find a weakness in it, if he can, and exploit that coming into the last few laps. Let's go for a lap with Bush Chook as he chases down Epic. Big long straight to use DRS into the braking zone. The first right-hander into the S's there. Using all of the track available to maximise your exit speed. And then your top speed at the end of the straights. A difficult corner there to get right. Another left-hander. Run out wide onto the curb. He's done that well. This is where the track sort of closes in on you a little bit daunting. Sort of got to try and cut the corners as straight as possible there to get the best lap time out of it. You can see Epic's all over it. Now this right hand turn, again you need to get the turn in right.
shame, obviously, swatted that a bit.
Swatter's down to 15th right now, so he's really hurting. You can see some of the stops. Wardy's back in for a second stop actually, and Little Blacko and Major Dan have also had to stop, and they've taken to the super soft to the end. But about the end of the lap here with Chook into the last corner, 16th. It's very vital to get on the power early here. And I think that's where Epic's got the advantage on him there. He's much more confident with the grip of the car. And Bushchook, that was a good lap with Bushchook there. There's a yellow in Sector 1. Oh, Kiwi now. Kiwi just getting around one of the back markers there as they're coming out of the pits. As we go through the field, Carmichael, there's Breed in. You can see they're separated now by some distance. But Aussie Phantom and Little Blacko, there's not much between them. Can Phantom get the DRS? No, I don't think he will. 1.5 seconds, it's too big of a gap. Need to be within 1 second at the detection zone. Oh, he got it though. He's got DRS. But Little Black, so almost 2 seconds up the road before he gets to use it. It's not going to do much for him, unfortunately. And Little Black's got the super soft tyres, so again, that's going to really help him defend the position. Because Phantom's on those mediums. Well, Warrior Wasp is now dead last in 15th. He got overtaken by Swatter there. Blue flags as one of the front drivers come through. Kiwi with a 3-second time penalty there. I wonder if that's going to change anything at the end. So Kiwi's got a 3-second lead. Sorry, 5-second lead on this man Gravestone. If Kiwi accumulates too many penalties, that could change things once we cross the line. So keep an eye out on that. Now let's go have a look at the situation with Wardy Chill and Denos. These guys are looking close now. And Denos will be under the pump. In the Carlin, there's a yellow in Sector 3. I don't know if we lost anyone there, but Wardy, he's just going to show a nose to Denos here. And Denos will be peeking in those mirrors left and right, trying to block the run. So far, he's done a good job of it. But Wardy, he's looking ready. Here we go. He's got the long way to go. Denos squeezes him out. And Wardy just backs out in time to avoid a big incident. And now it's a drag race, pure speed up towards, across the lake and up the inside. I think he's done it. Wardy with a great overtake. And he can be happy with that one up into 12th. That'll demote Denos to 13th. Unlucky for some, and it's unlucky for Denos at the moment. Now we've got Little Black. He's coming up on Carmichael here, the two teammates. On board with Little Black. Ooh, this must be hard to drive against when you've got a driver lagging in and out like that. Look at that. Little Black and Carmichael side by side. They're giving each other just enough room. And it is 7th place for Little Black. There wasn't much fight put up from Carmichael then. You just let that one happen. But after the first few laps where we had a lot going on, looks like things are starting to settle down as we come towards the end of it. As all the big crashes and bangs have spread the field out after they've had to change front noses and such. But it's been quite an exhausting fight to get where we are. We're only 2 laps from the end. We're on the penultimate lap now for the leaders. And it looks like Epic should have this one in the bag. Touch wood, commentator's curse. It's a real thing. We've seen it happen all before here in the Formula 2. But don't forget, next week, same time, we will have more Formula 2 action. And this is the leader. Epic game. Who's been your standout tonight, Hawks, if you're still there? think Hawks is having issues with the microphone. We can't hear him, unfortunately. But yes, it is epic game. Kiwi's trying to make some strides on Chook, back down in third, but Chook's just looking a little bit too quick at the moment. And there's not enough laps left in this one, I think, for Kiwi, unless Chook has a major malfunction at some point. Is BP in the chat? Oh, BP is in the chat. What happened to you, BP, in that big accident?
Oh, rookie error right there.
Describe it to us.
Well, I was going for a move on Epic. I wanted to get it done early, and it was covering the line. That's normal, everything good. I thought, okay, I'm going to see if I can go around the outside. Broke too late, got on the grass, barely held the throttle, and just spun me around hard on the brakes, and I landed smack bang on the racing line. So, in hindsight, I probably should have just kept on the throttle and done a 360.
Well, and yeah, there was a few other drivers that made contact with you as well, which made it even more spectacular.
Was it caught on stream?
We got bits and pieces of it there because I was trying to get to your car because you kept falling down the order. It kept running away from
it does that. No, I just went for an interesting move. I made a mistake and definitely copped it.
You did cop it. How was your run in race 1 up from the back of the grid to the front? How hard or easy was that one for you?
I was nearly taken out before I even crossed the start-finish line because there's so many stopped cars, and I got hit in the rear, fishtailed, and just held onto it. And a lot of the cars in front of me ended up falling off the right. I think I made 2 moves in that entire race. The rest was just,
just cars falling like flies around you. There was a lot.
I was waiting for the rain, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, how was the qualifying in the rain? Because I don't think many of you got practice of wet rain.
No, we didn't do any practice in the wet. It was interesting to watch. Obviously, some of us F1 drivers do not qualify for this season. But it was interesting to watch, and yeah.
Well, we're at Silverstone next race, correct?
Silverstone short.
Oh, okay, Silverstone short. Yeah, I've never seen that one, so that's going to be an interesting.
Neither have I.
Interesting run, actually. So I can't wait to see what happens there.
Yeah, hopefully I can have a better sprint race. Lately, my sprint races haven't been going so well.
Well,
the back of last season and this one.
Doesn't matter. There's always next race, and you're winning the F1 anyway. So you can't have them all, BP. You can't have them all.
We'll see what happens tomorrow night.
We will. Well, thank you, BP. We're about to run to the end of this one. We're on the last lap. It is Epic leading, but there is a big late charge coming from Kiwi. He's just into 9th tenths at the moment, and does he have it in him to get Chook at the final line? They're coming up almost around turn 14, now turn 15. I don't think there's going to be enough in it. Chook just enough. But it's Epic Game, who stayed out of all the trouble into the last turn. On the last lap, he sees the checkered flag, and he can celebrate for a win. Reverse grid pole, and he gets the win in the sprint race. Chook gets second, and Kiwi with third. That was a fantastic race there at the end. And Gravestone, he just missed again on a podium, down in 4th place. But he's looking good for this season of Formula 2. Metaman in 5th place in the Formula 2s here, so good run from him. Little Black's going to come round 6th. Sean in 7th, and Carmichael, he's got enough of a distance between him and Breedin. He'll be 9th, and Phantom will finish the top 10. But fantastic racing all round, and thanks you to everyone that has helped put it on. Thank you very much, if you're still there, BP, for putting together Season 2. Appreciate the hard work, buddy.
Yeah, it's all good. And thanks for everyone joining up. We've got the full grid signed up. Obviously, a couple of drivers are away at the moment, but yeah, it's fantastic turnaround from the end of last season to have a full grid now. So thanks to everyone who's come along for the ride. It's going to be a good little season.
It will be. And yeah, if you've got friends, family, colleagues that love eSport and racing. Let them know about the Formula 2s. We're going to be here same time next week, 7:30 p.m. GMT 10. That's Brisbane time. Or if you're in the eastern states and you like daylight savings, it's 8:30 p.m. Just a good short hour of racing. And it's going to, if it's anything like this first race, Silverstone Short is going to be just as chaotic. I can't wait to see what happens with it. But we'll have to wait for the podium. And don't forget, as always, make sure you've liked everything on FNL1 eSports, and you've liked, shared, subscribed, everything on Demo 1, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Mixer, wherever you're at. Thanks for watching. And Facebook, do the exclamation mark notify, and you'll be told when the next races are going on. But there it is. The one finger salute. The fist pump in the air from Epic, and he'll take tonight's reverse grid pole. Good run from Epic. Well, here's the final results after the feature. The weekend looks like Epic with 15. It was Chook with 12 at the end, and Kiwi 10th with 10 points rather. Sprint race, that's how things looked at the end of it. Kiwi did keep third, even with a 3-second penalty at the end of it. It was BP who won the feature race, Chook in second. So Chook had a really good run between the two. And he did enough to win the weekend. And BP, even though he didn't finish race 2, he did finish second for the weekend. Well, that will end tonight's broadcast portion of this one. That was round 1 in Australia for season 2 of the Formula 2. Don't forget to tell your friends or share around if you're in some groups as well. We'd love to have more of you here and watching, even competing. So go support FNL1, and don't forget to like us on Facebook as well. But until tomorrow, where we've got Formula 1, that'll be all from me here tonight. My name's Josh Gain. Thank you, Hawks. Thank you, BP. We will see you all next time.